Good morning and welcome to the morning show with Angel and Tina and our fabulous guest. Tina, how are you doing in the studio today?
Doing fabulous. It is very hot today. Very, very hot today here in North Carolina.
Well, it's kind of early.
It is early, but North Carolina just gets very icky and sticky and gross. And I think I have
Does it? Lorna, you're in South Carolina, right?
I'm in North Carolina as well. We live like 20 minutes apart. It does get icky and sticky and gross.
It is sticky and gross.
Although not quite as bad as Houston, where I lived previously.
Oh my gosh, right? Like I'm going to San Antonio next month and they were already talking about it was 98 degrees yesterday. And I was oh, Jesus.
Well, Lorna, it is great to meet you. Great to have you in the studio with us. Dina, hi, good morning.
I'm in Texas, so it's humid today, but a tinge of a nice breeze. Let's put it that way.
Where in Texas are you?
I'm in Frisco, Texas, so I'm north of Dallas.
Okay.
All right. Well, I just moved, ladies, from Denver, Colorado. I'd lived there pretty much most of my life and moved to Orlando, Florida. So I am learning about living in humid places.
And what did you learn about living in humid places, Angel?
Mostly that I just need to shower more often.
How often do you shower now?
My face will be wet. I am one of those weirdos that showers every single day. I get up in the morning and I shower every day. I shave my legs every day. And then
wait. You shave your legs every day?
I shave my legs every day.
Amazing.
Why do you shave your legs? Well, you are married. I guess if I was married, I might shave my legs every day.
Well, you know what? When I was first married, I didn't.
I don't have nobody filling up on my legs, so I guess.
Yeah, it was. When I was first, you get away with it. Like, day one, you can, show off your legs. Day two, you wear like a longer skirt, right? Or capris where you don't.
You wear capri pants,
right? And so you kind of have these phases, and I was at a point where like everything was like what I was wearing was all about whether or not I had shaved my legs. And I thought, I just don't want to that's just not even a thing I want to think about anymore. I'm going to shave my legs every day. And that was, over 20 years ago. And I've been shaving
every single day. Okay. So does Jay like call you out? Like he goes, "Ooh, baby, you need to shave your legs."
Oh no. Cause that's not good for loving, right? Like, if you ever, you think about if he says something like that, that's like a 3-day, maybe even a week-long penalty, right? Ooh. Like, make me feel not pretty. And yeah, that's not
a week-long penalty on the couch. Okay, Lorna, what about you? Do you shave and shower every day?
I obviously shower every day. I don't do the nighttime bath thing, but I am lucky enough that my hair on my arms and legs is like very, very fine and very, very blonde and pretty much not very visible. So I don't have to shave my legs.
How is that possible? Like I pretty much grow a beard every night. I feel like.
I don't know. I have this thick, coarse hair on my head, but my arms and legs, I'm blessed.
Are you Spanish, Lorna?
No, I'm actually biracial. I'm half Black and half Caucasian.
Okay, so usually even Black people too are the same way though. So that is kind of weird. So a funny thing is when I was like in like 9th or 10th grade, I had really, 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 really hairy arms. I used to never wear like short sleeve because I have so hairy arms. And you didn't know when you were in 8th grade like what to do. So like in 10th grade, I was like, you know what? I think I was staying the night at my friend's house and I was like, I'm going to shave my arms. And so I did, and they never grew back.
Awesome.
Like, it's supposed to like grow back thicker, right?
Grow back thicker, but yours never grew back. That's amazing.
However, my legs obviously did, but like my arms never grew back. I was like, oh, that was awesome. And everybody was like, I'm going to do the same thing. And
everybody's shaving their arms. And
theirs probably all came back like thicker and coarser, and yours didn't come back.
It didn't work for them, but it worked for me. What about you, Dina? Do you shower?
I'm a waxer. I don't.
Waxer.
So I do wax. I think it's better for the skin. I think that it's always something that we've done even when I was younger as a teenager. And I tell my girls the same thing, like, don't put a razor to yourself, but go get waxed. So I'm a waxer. I do threading on my eyebrows. Like That's just my thing. So
I
I
have
have to.
my eyebrows microbladed a couple of months ago, and I absolutely love it. I got it done in Mooresville, actually, Lorna. But I
Really?
absolutely love it.
I have not found an eyebrow threader. So I lived in Houston. There was eyebrow threading everywhere, and I only had to pay $5. Like, it was so easy to get done. And I moved here, and like I've only found one place, and it's in High Point. Like, that's like a 90-minute drive to get my eyebrows done.
$25.
And in High Point, it was like $15. Like, yeah, it was $5 in Houston. You just drive to the Indian part of town. There's like a bunch of studios. You show up, they're amazing job, and we need to import some more Indian people to Mooresville, and somebody needs to open a threading salon, like, bad.
Right? Like I moved here about 2 years ago from Atlanta, and everywhere in Atlanta was threading and waxing, and I used to get threaded. Some places was threaded and some places are waxed, you know.
Yeah. Can't thread everything.
You can't thread everything, but you can't wax everything either.
No.
And it was like $5, $10. I moved here, it's like $150. I'm like, what?
Yes.
You got to find the right threader. Not everyone's good at it, and it's not something that you got to stick to. Sometimes I try to stick to the same technician because they get to know your eyes.
Yes.
But I think that it does wonders for shaping. But then you have some really great people who can do wax on eyebrows. I think I did a live video on that when I was getting my eyebrows waxed. And people were so intrigued by that. And I was like, yeah, I haven't done that in a long time, because some people are really good at it. So it depends. But some people can't tolerate the pain either of threading and waxing. So they like just to shave.
I think threading is a lot easier on your eye and pain wise than waxing. Waxing, they're like,
I
like,
never had my eyebrows
my
threaded.
eye
I've
still
only
there?
waxed. And so yeah, I've never done the threading.
Threading
And
is
I would wax and
you
I'd
can get
break
really
out.
on the minute. You can get on the minute side of things.
Very, like it's like it's very good.
Yeah, I would break out after waxing, like little bumps, and then like by the time it's gone away, then it's like there's hairs there again.
Yeah, no, that's
one
no
of
good.
one of our audience says she gets waxed all the time. As a single female, you need to be waxed.
I would think Tina, as a single person, you would more often be into the grooming than as a married lady.
See, that's if you actually have. That's if you actually have relationships that go that far.
But like, I just feel prettier, like you know, because Jay doesn't care. He's like, if you shave, you don't shave. Like he doesn't care. Like you do you. I just think I just feel prettier, and like I feel weird. Like, okay, I don't like how
So if I've had, let me see how I can put this. So if I had relationships that went to that level, I would probably.
Somebody was gonna notice and touch it and feel.
But it's for you, Tina. It's not always for the guy, you know.
Yeah,
it's for you. I think that's. I mean, you started the video today and said about self-care, and I think that a lot of times women feel that they have to do everything for their man in their life, and I honestly think it should be done for ourselves. It feels good. It's clean. It's like getting your nails done and your lashes done. It's like my sister told me the other day. She's like, you know, sis, she's like, God, we've become such high maintenance people. I'm like, some people don't have it naturally, so we got to do some high maintenance things.
That's funny that you say that, because they do say that I'm high maintenance because I get my hair done, I get my nails done.
We're taking care of ourselves.
And I'm like, that's high maintenance. So do you not want me to do all that? Because I can.
That's what we love. If you love beauty, then go do the beauty thing. If you love natural, do natural.
Right? Exactly.
I've since I was 16 years old. I don't think I've been without for a very long time.
Yeah, we don't do a whole lot of natural. Like this is not, you know, when they talk about, what was it? Somebody was talking about no filters the other day.
Right.
And I thought,
it was
I have a walking filter, right? Like this is all right.
It was Julie Berg. She was talking about don't put filters. I was like, but filters are good.
Filters are great.
But the filters have caused, I think filters have caused people to think that they have to look pretty on live video. Everything has to be perfect. I got to do that perfect lifestyle photo. And I think it's really hindered a lot of great people from showing up because everything has to be perfect, and it's what you choose, you know, and your audience is going to love you for whatever. So
it's like those photos that you take and you show that right one with you and your family, but all the other photos are like, this one's crying, this one's screaming, this one's puking, this one's but you're like, oh, this one is a good
family photos where they show like 5 minutes before he was throwing a temper tantrum, right? And the dog. And
I do think that we do that as a society, that everything on social media is perfect and you have the perfect life and you're living the perfect dream. I mean, even somebody the other day texted me that we haven't talked to in a long time, and he was like, oh, looks like you're doing so good and you look so beautiful and da 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 and da da da. I'm just like, oh, you have no idea. I'm like, oh, that's not the case. He's like, oh,
right? It's only from here up, right? Like only from here up.
It could be an underwear for all we know down here, you know. And that's like the best life blooper, when something goes wrong and you get up and then everyone sees your bottom half and it's like, but I think people are getting better with the whole Zoom thing and live video thing now. In the beginning, I think we would rewind a year ago and people are still getting used to getting on Zoom and stuff like that. There was a lot more bloopers, but now everyone knows, like,
well, I don't know about you, but I know Angel and I wear pajama pants on the bottom every morning. and they tell us, you guys look so put together. We're like, yeah, from the waist up. From the waist down, we're barefoot with pajama pants on. And they're like,
but my legs are shaved.
There
you go, Angel.
Mine are because I did it the other day.
Do it. Well, let's get to know these fabulous gals in our studio today. Lorna, give us a little background. Tell us your story. Let's make sure our world knows what makes Lorna so fabulous.
I'm fabulous because
of course you are. Of course you are.
I am fabulous because
I'm fabulous just because I'm me.
Like that's the thing about when you're being interviewed, right? Like somebody else can like do all the bragging on you, right?
Yeah.
So you both absolutely fabulous, dreamy rock stars, superstars. So you can fill in the details. I get to say you're fabulous.
Thank you. No, I'm a woman on a mission, right? So I'm a woman who grew up with, my mom got sick with cancer when I was 6. She died when I was 16. I missed a lot of time growing up. I didn't have like the best childhood, made a ton of really, really bad decisions. But
that was me.
The healing from that has allowed me to find myself and help others through that. So now I'm a woman on a mission. So my mission is that no teen girl takes the route that I take, that they have someone to talk to, that they have someone to guide them that isn't their delinquent ass friends, so that they make good decisions.
Who think that they know everything.
So that they make good decisions, don't go through the whole gamut of crap that I did. I mean, I'm going to tell you here, I'm not going to get into this because we're on a show and it could take like 24 hours, but like, there's a whole lot of people who've died from doing very similar things that I did. So I don't want anyone to go through that. And I don't want, in my case, I couldn't repair that relationship with my mom because she was sick and she passed away. But I know that teenage years is where moms and teens tend to split apart. The teens trying to have their own autonomy. Mom, a lot of times, can make a lot of things worse, not on purpose, but because they're projecting their fears and worries onto their teen. And so I want to build that bridge to bring them back together so that their moms and daughters can have the relationship that I never got to have with my mom. So that's who I am.
Okay. That's beautiful. That is a mission, right? That is a mission. Yeah. My mom was 15 when I was born. So we were very close growing up, right? I was her probably a little too close, quite dysfunctional, right? In that age gap. And
Angel, I didn't know that. My mom was 17 when she had me. She was 16, almost 17 when she had me.
Wow.
Yeah, my mom had her birthday and she turned 15, and 5 days later I was born.
Wow.
Which is interesting because then when I had my girls, they were born 2 days before my birthday. So we all of us, like it's my mom's birthday, then it's the girl's birthday, and then it's my birthday, all within 5 days, all 4 of us.
Wow.
So, my girls were born 12 weeks early, so we were not expecting them to be July babies.
Surprise!
Yeah. So, so we all were very close. In fact, it was my mom's 40th birthday was my 25th birthday and their second birthday. And so we had one little, right?
That is kind of crazy.
Isn't that crazy? And we were just staying at my parents' house while we were waiting to move into this one. And she's got this family photo of the 5 of us where I bet you she is 20. She's not even 30. And here she's got like this teenager and this, my brother and my sister. I'm like, that woman, right? Like, what an amazing.
And did you think that she was so old back then?
Of course.
Of course she did.
I did too. Like my mom, so I was 19 when I had my oldest. And so I was, I didn't have him in high school, but in my freshman year in college. And so she was 35 years old when she had her first grandchild. And I used to think how old, I'm like, oh, you're so old. And I am 46. And I'm like, if you guys make me a grandma, like right now, you're done.
No.
But I love the mission. I love the mission because, right, that's such an important relationship.
It is. And I think it's so amazing that you have such a tight relationship with your mom. It's, it's something that I will forever miss out on, but seeing it with others like really warms my heart.
Yeah.
And teenage girls, they just think sometimes that they're invincible. Like,
oh yeah, I know I did.
I did too. Like,
do you ever have like these things where it asks you
that I will not tell you because I probably get, I don't know, statute of limitations is still going.
It'll ask you like on these like little survey things, like if you could go back and tell your younger self, like give your younger self some piece of advice. And I think about all these things, and then one of the things that I often think about is you don't have to sleep with him, right? Like,
exactly.
Right? Okay,
good advice.
What is one thing that you would say to your 16-year-old self?
Well, I think the bigger thing is like, even if they tell you, like they don't know, right? They don't know. Somebody's giving you advice, telling you what you can or cannot do. Like they have no business, right? Like and so you don't have to believe just because somebody else says it doesn't mean it's true. And so there were lots of different times where I feel like, you're listening to so many different pieces of advice and you think that must be true. And I'm like, just trust yourself because you do know, right? You do know. And you feel and you go against your gut. And so that's it. Like, just trust your gut. But then, they're like, and don't sleep with him.
Yes. Don't sleep with any of them. I don't care any of them. Zero.
Yeah.
No, because I love you, baby. No, don't sleep with them.
No.
You could say no. Okay.
Yeah.
Dina, what would you say to your 16-year-old self?
To be more confident. I think that I grew up in a family that was, they're kind of helicopter parents, and so, and we were 3 girls. My older sister's 7 years older than me. My younger sister's 5 years younger than me. So we're kind of far apart. My mom's 81.
Wow.
Now, I'm Egyptian, so I speak 2 languages. And so it was like a cultural thing, maybe at home versus living in American society, like, and making friends and stuff like that. Our parents were always grinding, working and stuff like that. But then, and I think nowadays, I think we coddle our children more and we really focus in on the confidence stuff and talk to them and take time, and probably why I chose to be an entrepreneur, just to be home more and have more flexibility. But confidence is something that I struggled with because no one stopped to give me a few words here and there. Yeah. You would always look outward with your friends to get that validation.
Yes.
And I think that, and it wasn't intentional. I think it was just the way that they were brought up, be tough, be independent, do those things. But I think the small, kind words to your teenagers, my twins are 18. I have boy-girl twins that are 18. And then my youngest daughter is 11. And so for me, my 2 girls, since they were kids, since they were babies, I would pour into them and say, who's the most beautiful child? Who's the most, and so I keep talking to their brain, so they don't have those insecurities. So they don't need validation from anybody else. And, that's what I hope and pray for, is that they just grow up to be confident people. And so, yeah.
I think that would be my thing too, is to don't search for validation through someone else,
Mhm.
not through a guy, not through a girl,
Even as adults.
not through anybody else. Don't search validation. That you know how you should be confident in yourself. Don't get that validation from somebody else, and you don't need that acceptance from somebody else or anything like that. Because I think all my life I was searching for that from my parents, from my husband, you know, like from everybody, that validation. And to say you did good, Tina, or whatever it was. But knowing that,
well, high five to you, Tina, right? High five from Dina and Lorna. Yeah, right. High five, because we turned out all right, right? Like we're
a little bit more than all right.
Right. Dina, introduce yourself. Give us a little background about Dina. And
oh, you really want to know that Dina? I swear her story.
Yes, we want to know all
about Dina. So I started online, and thank you for having me, by the way. Thanks. And Lorna, it's so nice to meet you, and Angel. When Tina reached out, she's like, I want you on the show. And I was like, what are we going to talk about? There's so many things to talk about. And then I was watching some of her previous shows, and I love this setting where we can just talk as women, and help other people. So I started entrepreneurship in 2009. After going through stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. I'm a cancer survivor. Sat on my couch after chemotherapy, and I used to work corporate America in a cubicle. Finished my master's degree in business, and then hubby looked at me and said, "Hey, what are you gonna do next? Like, we're done with this cancer thing. Now what are you gonna do?" And so I got into preschool. I got into a preschool franchise, and he's like, "Well, how are you gonna get that money?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna empty out your retirement fund."
I'm gonna get it from you, honey.
And I said, whatever we've saved, I'm going to put it in as an investment to get the school up and running. So it was a big gamble, but that's what really made me an entrepreneur, is traditional business for the last 14 years. I now have 45 staff, and we're really well known in the community. I love community. 2016, I got into network marketing purely on accident. Love a product, and then I decided to make something of it. About a year into that, I decided to really hone in on what we want to do here on social media, and what presence we want to have and what I wanted to be known for. And it was teaching people that they can be entrepreneurs, that anybody can be something here on social media. And I love teaching it from the ground up. Like I love taking the small guy and teaching them social media and having them earn income here online. Mm-hmm. So that's a little bit about me. I mean, I've been through a lot. My passion is people before the dollar. I run study groups. I mentor, I have my hands on a little bit of everything, but at the core of me is people and heart.
I love that. I am, Lorna, are you a cancer survivor?
Yeah. Stage 4.
Lorna, are you?
No, I'm not.
I thought you went like this, and
no, I just was like, I was just giving her major props because like my mom obviously was not a cancer survivor, and so any woman that beats it, I just really I know how difficult the struggle is, having watched my mom, and so I just have so much respect for you.
I had ovarian cancer in 2007, and they caught it very, very early, and so it helped me learn a lot, like how important life is.
Yep.
How every single moment. And that's why I love, being the gratitude specialist and teaching, even the little things in life you can be thankful for, because at that time she was like, don't Google nothing about ovarian cancer. And I'm like,
I didn't. It was 2005.
Wow.
When I was diagnosed. We had just moved from Vermont to Texas. And I was literally unpacking boxes in this house, and the twins were 2. And I knew nothing about where I was or what doctor to go look for. I went in thinking I had a urinary infection, came out with a diagnosis 2 days later. And so, I think I look at cancer sometimes as a survivor, Lorna, and I'm sorry your mom passed away of it, because I didn't know it was cancer. And so I'm sorry about that. I struggle with being a survivor sometimes, I'll be honest. Yeah. Because it's a disease that I don't wish on anybody. And sometimes it's a life sentence as a survivor, because you don't know if you'll get sick again. You don't know what tomorrow holds. And I think that's what's been driving me through this whole you know, since I was, you know, survived it, it's always like, what are you going to do next, Dina? Like, how are you going to take it up a notch? How are you going to impact more people? And so I think that's always been kind of like my backstory.
I love that.
I love that, Dina. That's just, it's amazing.
There's some strong women we've got here with us today. Lorna, so tell us what are you most excited about? Like, what's coming down the pike for you that you're most excited about?
One of the things that I'm most excited about is I'm putting together a mastermind for the moms. So I've been doing a lot of my work one-on-one with moms and teens. And I'm putting together a mastermind for the moms because there's a lot of teens that are just uncooperative, number one. There's a lot of moms that really, they don't give themselves the time for the self-care, and they can improve their situation at home with the teens, with their spouse or partner, even with any ex that they have kind of a not so good relationship with, by working on themselves. So really helping those women reconnect with themselves, hearing their own voice, having their own confidence, and really, fixing their communication with themselves first, and then watching how that ripple effects out in their lives. And then kind of creating a community of women that can lean on each other.
So when is that coming? Like, what does that look like?
Like, literally, that is my brainchild I came up with like 2 days ago.
Oh,
so yeah.
I came up with it 2 days ago.
I literally came up with it 2 days ago. It was kind of like a divine download. Like, hey, this is a great way to serve more moms. And so I'm putting the pieces together, and hopefully we'll launch that beginning of May. Wow. That is my target.
May? Well, that's pretty much the day after tomorrow. We were just trying to find, we've got somebody who reached out to us to be a guest on the show, and we were like, for April, like, it's almost over. April is, our year is just like speeding along.
My birthday is now in 1 month, and I'm going to be 45.
Oh, you're not in my box yet either.
I'm not in your box yet. I'm not ready to be. I'm like not ready to be 45. I'm like, it's so funny because different people here are talking about being grandparents, or their mom became a grandparent at age 40 or whatever. And I kind of just feel like, I don't know if just was because I didn't have my mom, and it's like I now feel like, oh, okay, well, now I'm ready to have a baby, but it's like that ship has sailed, right? Like I've been a stepmom.
Have a baby at 45.
But I'm like literally like now I feel like now I'm competent enough that I could take care of a child.
I think I get
my friends are grandparents.
You finally,
all of my friends are being grandparents right now, like third and fourth grandparents, and I'm like, I am not grandma worthy.
I'm like, I just grew up enough that I feel like I'm ready to have a kid.
That's what I'm thinking, Lorna. Like, what was I doing? Like when I decided to get married, Jay and I just celebrated our 28th. This month is our 28th wedding anniversary. Like, what business did I have at that age to make that kind of decision? Like, I didn't know who I was. I didn't have myself together. And so, yeah, at the age of at 40, I felt like, yeah, I finally knew who Angel was, what I wanted to do, what was I good at. Like
I seen something on TikTok the other day. They said I was having babies in my 20s, so when you see me out there partying in my 40s, don't get mad.
I never did that, right? Yeah, we were having babies, but what business did we have? Making those kind of decisions. We were so young, so I get it, Lorna. Like you finally feel like, okay,
I'm old enough now. Yeah. It's like. Yeah, my body says, yeah, probably not.
But yeah, there's that.
My 27-year-old and I were having a conversation, and I was like, I can't believe you're 20. How are you 27? Like, that makes me like not 27.
You're like, when did that happen?
I know. And he was like, Mom, I feel like I was like, well, because he has a serious girlfriend, and I'm like, so when are you guys gonna get married? He's like, I don't know. We're not gonna get married anytime soon. I was like, when I was 27, I've had 3 kids and married already. I'm like, wait, what? And they're not having kids right now. They're not getting married right now.
He's like,
yeah, he's like, I'm not financially stable. And I'm like, wait, what?
We were broke. We were
broke.
Yeah, my twins.
We're not financially stable.
I think I made my kids fear having children, and I don't know. I look at the twins. I'm like, who's having kids? I need grandbabies. I originally wanted 5 kids, and my husband looked at me like, you're crazy. He's like, what about goldfish? Like, can we just have had 3 goldfish? Now we have 3 dogs and 3 cats and 3 kids. He's like, this house is like a zoo. Because I went through in vitro to have my twins, and then my third one came naturally. But it's like the kids have really this generation of millennials, whatever you want to call it. I don't like to label the generations, but they're just so into their lifestyle independence, and they just want to live life. And I'm like over here, like, give me grandkids.
Get married.
Like what did we do? Like they're like, I don't want that. Like there's like generationally.
That is my 27-year. He's like, I don't want to be like that, Mom. I'm like,
yeah. I'm like, what did we made it look so hard or miserable or like something.
We work to give them everything they need. And so they're like, if it takes that much work to do that, I don't want kids. I'll just depend on myself. Like, let me just take care of me, you know?
Spoiled, rotten kids who think they can get everything they want to.
Yeah. They're like, that's would be really inconvenient to like have to like not get enough sleep and to have to like buy other people's stuff and like not be able to buy myself stuff. Like,
you mean to tell me I have to put my money into somebody else and not buy me $100 sneakers? Oh,
Yeah, no.
What do you mean like diapers cost that much and like more than one box is needed for their child till they're out of diapers?
For the whole 3 years of their life.
Dina, tell us what exciting projects you've got coming up.
So I'm thinking to do a live video class. I love doing live videos. I think every entrepreneur should be, even if you're not selling anything or doing anything online, I think you should brand yourself with live video. It's what made me. I think it's literally what made my career here online. Otherwise, I would have just blended in with everybody else. So I love working with people who are introverted. I love working with people who are insecure about live video or and helping them structure their story so that they present well on camera. I'm trying to get people to be more spontaneous. So that's going to be my next class coming up. I usually do like 10-day classes with live video because I go through and I analyze the videos and help people tweak some of the methodologies about that. I run a study group ongoing. So I'm always taking people in and kind of helping them with their businesses. I teach lead gen on social media. So I'm always working on something. I think that mentors, coaches, whatever, I don't like to call them coaches. I think everyone lately is a coach and something. So I think we mentor more. I love to say that I mentor people. I think that it requires handholding. I think that not enough do that. And so I love to teach. It's kind of like what drives me when I see other people break through or learn a new concept. Traditional business didn't teach me that. And so when you look online, it's a little different than the real world. And so to bring in those concepts into the online world is something I really love to do. So yeah, those are my ongoing projects.
Oh, I love that.
That's awesome.
I think lives are very needed right now because that's how you build that connection with people, and that's how you build that relationship. Since we can't be, in person, well, not as much as we can. I mean, here in North Carolina, we're kind of.
I know. I just did a poll. We do a media mastery boot camp 3 times a year, and we used to do them in person, right? How much fun is it, right, to be in person? And of course,
that was the last time you and I seen each other.
It was the last time we saw each other, and so I just did a poll. And do you want virtual? Do you want live? And right now, they're still asking. The majority is still asking for that virtual, that online, which means we need to be really comfortable and present with the camera and with connecting with people, because
you don't have to be perfect. I just move away from people being perfect. And everyone has a story. Everyone has a mission. Lorna has a mission. Tina does, and so does Angel, and so do I. And how are we going to get to know you or your story if you don't? Just even if it's 5 minutes. I always tell my mentorees, just even 5 minutes.
Give us some. What are some of the things that you find yourself like reminding people over and over again, like that's holding them back, that they're afraid of, or like your favorite tip that you're like, I say this every day, I tell people this all the time. Like, what are some of your top things?
I think that when you come online, I think whatever mission you're behind, you have to know that your story is valuable and it's worth sharing. And the reason I started to mentor is because I started in network marketing, and in network marketing, we don't get a lot of how do I brand me and not products. And so we lose ourselves because we want to sell. We want to make money. Right? And for a lot of people, we have to earn. So there's a side of me that helps you earn, but there's a side of me that doesn't want to get you lost in constantly shoving sales down people's throats and chasing people. Because when you chase, you start to lose confidence because you get maybe rejected. Nobody responds to you in the messenger. So for me, you're knowing your story and believing in your story and believing in yourself is probably where I start. I really work on people's morale because many of them have been left behind in network marketing. They got stuck with great products, but great. How do I sell it, right? And so I like to work on fundamentals of your story first. And how are we going to share it with the world? Because social media for me might be different than for Angel or for Tina. She shows up differently than I do. And so I like to tell people that your story is unique and let's share it. And then we'll talk about how to do a video to product demo and how to do those things for, after that. So yeah, that's my biggest tip is know your story and really love yourself.
That's fabulous because you're right. They come in, I just want to sell stuff. Right. And I'm in a lot of different groups where you see somebody says, I've been posting, I've been this, and nobody's buying.
Yep.
Okay. Right. That is like, of course not. Like this isn't the store.
Stories sell, facts tell. Like you have to put your story into it because that's when you become relatable. That's when people go, oh, me too. I feel like that too.
And then you have to foster that environment though for a lot of people to learn social media. And I'm not talking about like the latest hacks of algorithms and stuff like that. I'm talking about grassroots methodologies of marketing, where I'm a great marketer, I become a great marketer, and then people are attracted to me, and I become a better marketer so that people are attracted to me. So attraction marketing at its best, not let's mention the company name or whatever, build curiosity, but how am I going to share that story where people are like, oh, I really want to get to know her. I really want to reach out to her. I really want to connect with her. Yeah. And I try to I have a group page where people can practice going live and doing those types of things, because once they do it once or two or three times, they're rolling.
Yeah. I like that. And it's a safe environment for them to do that, in there too.
Yes.
They're not going live like out there in public. And and on our side of things, be gentle to those people who are on live. Like get on there and give them hearts and give them encouragement, and don't oh, well, where are you at? You need to get this and turn around and stop moving.
No, like the video shaming, right? The background shaming and the what's going on with your hair. In fact, I remember watching a dear friend of mine. He has an incredible thriving group and he teaches how to build these online communities. And the man is just brilliant. But he works out, he's a guy, his hair was kind of doing its thing. And almost all the comments were like,
what's wrong with your hair?
What's with your hair? I'm like, he is dropping some juicy nuggets here, people. Right?
And you're too distracted with the guy's hair.
Yeah.
And we were getting that too when we first started. Yeah, when we first started the Angel and Tina morning show, people were like, well, you guys need to dress a little bit better, and your backgrounds, you need to put more light, and your backgrounds suck. And we're like, what?
Oh, yeah. And this is the thing, right? When you put yourself out there, this is why people are afraid of it, right? Because you open yourself up to criticism and judgment. And then the people that really love your stuff, they're silent.
Yeah.
Right? So give some likes, give some hearts, comment, share,
encourage them. And if it'll tell you on Facebook, Tina Torres is going live for the first time. Get on there and give her, encourage those people. Stop tearing people
it's not working. You're not working when you do that. It's a social platform. It's not meant for selling. So if I want to support, I have to support people. I got to reciprocate to tell the algorithm that, I'm social, I'm over here. And the more you do that, where you take an hour or two of your day to watch people's replays, comment, heart things, it warms up that algorithm. So when you go live, now more people and more eyes are on you.
Right? Yeah. If you want people to watch you, you should watch others. If you want people to respond and like
and love and drop that love. What you give out, you're gonna get back tenfold.
Yeah.
I always tell people, you first, right? So even, people are like, I'm not buying, nobody's buying my stuff. I'm like, well, whose stuff are you buying? Like, what are you buying?
Yeah, exactly.
And they're like,
whose stuff are you sharing?
Oh.
Who are you?
One way. It's a lot of times a one-way street. And man, I don't know how many people I've supported over my years of doing online work, because you have to. I think that's why you're going to go buy from stores outside. You might as well support an entrepreneur here online who a few bucks might help them at home.
It makes a huge difference. Yeah, my husband calls it my philanthropic spending, because he's like, you're just, he's like, why did you buy that? I'm like, they just needed some love and support, right? I would go to the farmer's market, right? Or even live, like, and support all the, like, you just do, like, this is, because you put it out and it's all good, right? If you're stingy, right, and you're letting it out, nothing can get in.
Nothing's coming to you either.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, speaking, I see your little ring. Did you change colors?
Oh, I did. Yeah. So, although this one's too skinny. So I got a little chunky over COVID, and my wedding ring stopped fitting. So
COVID chunk.
Yeah. So I wasn't wearing my wedding ring, and so we found these little silicone. I don't know if you've seen these silicone bands. And so both my husband and I were wearing one. Well, I had a black one. We had matching black silicone bands, but I just found this yesterday. It had come with, like, it came in like a little.
You told me it came with like three of them.
Yeah. And I put this purple one on, but the purple one's too tight.
Okay. It's probably because it's new.
Yeah, probably.
The black one probably fits you like that way back in the day.
Maybe. Yeah. So, but I'll tell you what, they are, my parents are like, what's with the black band on your hand? I'm like, they're for fat fingers. But they're also great, like if you work out or you're around chemicals, like all this stuff.
Mess up, right?
Yeah, they're just silicone, and
somebody said the other day that the reason why she is plumper is because when you get hot, you get bigger, and so she's just.
Oh, is that it? I'm just
you're just warm.
I'm expanding. I thought that was hilarious.
So we all know, right? I got a little sedentary, right? During COVID.
What was the word?
Sedentary. Where you just sit around, right? You just sit. And I wasn't exercising, wasn't nearly getting the kind of activity, and had gotten into some pretty lazy food habits.
Didn't we all?
And so I'm trying to make a change, right? So I'm making a change. And what's so funny is I had started eating cleaner, working out, like this whole thing. And I lost 5 pounds. And we took this picture at Easter, and I'm thinking, I'm like looking.
Can you show people this picture? Because
I'm looking like amazing, because I'm like, I lost 5 pounds. I'm eating. I'm drinking my water.
Angel, that does not look like you. She goes,
and so we took this picture. I mean, we're talking like less than 2 weeks ago was Easter, not even, right? Like recently, like so recently. And so we take this, family picture. Which, and that's sweet, like our whole little family picture.
We're all trying to do this. And it's like, I think we're really going to see your 5 pounds, Angel?
No, we'll hold. Oh,
one moment, please.
So
she's
doing. Look at that roly-poly face. Like, it just looks like a beach ball. Doesn't it just look like?
That does not look like you.
That does not look like your face. Like.
But look, that was me in the picture, right?
Yeah.
And then look at this arm. Look at this shape. like I'm just like a box. I'm like, that is my after. Like that's the new and improved Angel. Yeah, I mean, look, I just look like an arm. Look at that. Like there's no shape. Look, there's no way.
You're not helping the cause, okay? We're trying to get people to take pictures and pose. We're trying to get people to go live, and now you're showing your fat arm. It's not working.
That's the new and improved me. And yet, I'm like, I can see like definition in my arms. I'm like, I'm looking good. So And
Where's
so
you need my camera.
I know, right? See,
Yeah,
my
that's it.
mom looks great. My aunt looks
Just the
great. My
angle.
daughters
Yeah,
look good.
everybody looks great except for
Everybody does,
I don't
except for
think
this
that-
rolling thing on the end.
I don't think that's you, Angel, like for real.
Maybe they use the wide angle lens to get everyone, and because you're on the end,
Stretch you out.
you got
There you go,
stretched.
Lorna. There you go, Lorna.
Hey, there
When
you
they
go.
use the fisheye lens and you're on the end, you will get stretched out.
I'm on the fishbowl end. I know.
Yeah.
It hasn't stopped me, Dina. I'm still on track. Like I know, but
Angel, since our 12-day shred, I've been taking my trim and doing all my stuff and drinking my gallon of water every single day because Julie Burke sent me this like big old gallon jug. But I'm taking my trim, I'm drinking my gallon of water, taking my collagen. I've lost 7.5 pounds.
Great job.
And I didn't even know it. I put on jeans the other day and I was like, oh, they fit.
that's exciting.
Right?
I ordered a pair of jeans online. I was so nervous. I'm like, I don't even know. I don't
Stretchy?
even know what size to order and wear, but
Did you get stretchy?
they were, but they still had a zipper.
I know.
Like you know, like a real
By the third day, they'll fit fine.
If you didn't have to lay down and get like a hanger and hook it, the end through the zipper and then like pull it down to zip them up, you're in good shape.
Yeah, you gotta do the little jump thing and jump up and get them in.
pulled them right up. Like, so yeah, so that was good. So someday I'll have to order a smaller size, right? And do all that. Okay, ladies, how do we follow you? How do we plug into all the fun stuff that you've got going on? Like what you have now, where's your communities? Where's all of their resources? Lorna, how do we connect?
So I am at Lorna Moon, like everywhere. So you can find me Facebook, Lorna Moon, Instagram at Lorna Moon, and my website is lornamoon.com. Like,
Brilliant.
Lorna Moon, you can find me
Is that
anywhere.
your real name?
It is.
It sounds like a very goddess name.
I love it.
It is my real name, but thank you.
It's like the moon goddess or something.
Yeah, right. Like doesn't it sound like a whole like goddess like name?
Yeah.
Like, Lorna Moon.
Moon.
I like it.
You could be doing like dance, like I don't know,
Like belly dancing.
I was
or
just
kind
gonna
of
say
like,
belly dancing. Hey, Egyptian over here.
There you
Yeah.
go.
can you teach me, Dana?
You know what? I was born here in the States, but every Egyptian girl at the age of 2 can belly dance. Okay?
Oh, there you go.
So Dina doesn't have a lot of hip movements, and you'll never find her on the dance floor.
No.
And I just had hip surgery, replacement surgery. So maybe we'll try some moves, but it's all the belly. Okay.
That's why they have that flat stomach all the time. Lorna,
Good
you have
exercise.
a name like I do. Every time I introduce myself or people introduce me like on stage or whatever, they're like, Tina Torres. They're like, don't you love saying her name? It's like a weather girl or a stripper. And I'm like,
Oh.
And you're like, weather girl.
You'd be like Candy Torres.
Yeah.
a stripper? Thank
Yeah,
you.
like, where do you get a weather girl or a stripper? Like,
Are those the same?
Like several people have told me that a weather girl or a stripper.
No, it's like a Hollywood name. Like you're both of you, right? Like
Yeah.
like a name. Like back in the day, they all gave them like Hollywood names. None of them used their real names, and both of you have like Hollywood names. Like something that somebody would have said. All right, we're gonna take you Marilyn Monroe, right?
Right? Lorna Moon.
so we'll already be ready when the scouts call us from being on the morning show, and they're like, "Hey, we have this whole series for you. We need you to be the star, and you've already got the name. We'll be ready, huh, Tina?"
We'll be ready, Lorna.
I mean, can't you just see it
Exactly.
like on the big screen and starring Lorna Moon, right?
Yeah.
I think
like I
so.
can
It flows and it's catchy.
Hi, I'm ready.
Hey, Angel, I think we got to change our names.
I know, right?
I'm not
It's- nobody
excited.
can ever pronounce mine.
Angel Anderson.
It's I do. Like we're
What's
saying it's Tushy. We were teasing the other day that it's Angel
You
Tushy.
need to do a tushy thing.
It's Tussie, like fussy.
Oh, yeah, I would have thought
never.
Tucci, like
Yeah.
Italian sounding.
Yep.
Yeah, it should have been, but it isn't. And right, but my maiden name was Zaborowski.
Zaborowski.
This is really an improvement, even though Like, this is the new and improved, Angel.
You have a little Polish in you.
Polish. I love Poland. That's a great country.
All right, Dina, how can people get a hold of you, hun?
I'm like Lorna, same thing, DinaSoliman.com. I'm always on Messenger. I'm always on Facebook. Instagram handle, same thing, Dina Soliman. I love connecting with people through Messenger. It's just the easiest way. But yeah, my website's there. There's courses there, there's things there you can book, inquiry calls or whatever if you need something, a consultation or whatever. But Facebook's my jam, or on a live video.
Right,
live video, right? Learn live video
Yeah.
From Dina Soliman. Although that flows too pretty nicely.
I like it. And she spells her name a little differently too, because Dina is usually D-I-N-A.
Yeah. And a lot of people on live video, when they say, "Oh, Dina's here," they say, "Is it Dina or is it Diana?" And I'm like, no,
Dena?
yeah. When I was in high school, they called me Cleo for Cleopatra.
Okay.
I was like, wait, what? Where did we get
It
Cleo?
was Egyptian, so they
Egyptian, so of course it's Cleopatra.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's been fabulous having you gals. What a super fun conversation. And we really encourage our audience to connect with you, reach out, both super dynamic. And somebody, right? Somebody who is struggling with each of their offerings. So make sure you share their goodness, right? Their juicy goodness.
I'm glad you changed your shirt, Angel, because we can see you now.
Oh yeah. Right before I had like a turquoise little shirt and it didn't disappear. But my face did.
Her whole I got on and I said, how come I can't see you?
You have to see this picture.
I said, wait, hold on, let me take a picture. I was like, you look scary.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Your face is gone.
My whole face is just gone. My whole face is gone. So,
wow.
So you need to change.
So I'm wearing gray. But you gals have been just a super fun, bright start to our day. I want to say thank you so much for being on our show. I'm Angel Tussey. I am your media matchmaker. If you're looking for more media exposure for your business, your book, or your brand, you can grab my complimentary media starter kit at my website, Make Your Big Impact. That's makeyourbigimpact.com. We've got attention grabbing headlines for you to send to journalists to get booked. We've got guaranteed media exposure, press release ideas. You can order a copy of my fabulous book, ABCs of Exposure, but go to makeyourbigimpact.com and grab your complimentary starter kit today. And mark your calendar for, what is it, in 2 weeks?
Yep.
In 2 weeks is our Connect Virtual Summit. We're talking relationships, people building, right? Customer service, the people side of a business. Tina Torres is one of our featured speakers. You can get your free tickets when you go to connectvirtualsummit.com. That's connectvirtualsummit.com. 2 weeks from today, from 2 to 7 p.m. Eastern time, right here on your favorite Zoom channel.
Your favorite Zoom channel? What is it? What was it? Same bat time, same
bat time, same bat place. Yeah.
I am Tina Torres, your client retention expert, otherwise known as the gratitude specialist. And if you're struggling with attracting the right clients, knowing how to connect to them, or even if you just don't know how to convert them into clients, I have a complimentary guide that I hope you grow your audience organically, online and offline, connect and nurture those relationships authentically, and then take those relationships, turn them into paying clients. You can grab that guide. You can text the word connection to 26786. You will also be going through where I am about to launch the Mastering Your Follow-Up 5-day masterclass, where you're going to learn everything that you need to know to master your follow-up from beginning to end. So text the word connection to 26786. We are Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show. We're so grateful to you, our audience members, our loyal fans. We hope we brought a bright start to your day. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a fabulous day.
Bye.